So why are we passionate about folk arts? We're passionate because they're accessible, easily participatory. That's a difficult word for me. And that they are really useful for people to access right from a beginner's, any age, right from beginner's age, right through to whatever age you want to work at, whatever ability you've got. Also thinking about where you're already at with the activities as well. So if you are a dancer, you may never have danced before, but you might also have some dance experience, but not in the genres that we work in. So there's different levels that we work at, and then you might be a really experienced dancer. And I've certainly worked with people that are very high up in their field, but have never done maple dancing or have never done any Morris dancing or any of the folk arts. So it's been really useful across those ways. And also, folk arts are really creative and achievable. They're kind of about the folk. It's where it came from. It's where everything came from. So, and intuitive and fun.
So the way we work, we're passionate about these participatory folk art activities. And we like to collaborate with organisations that are interested in connecting with the community in some way and wanting to form a project. We have found that collaboration is the key to everything. It helps to unlock funding pots, and you are able to create a larger project than you would if you were working on your own. And it also helps to shape the project itself so that it has more authenticity and it is better suited for the people that we want to work with. They have ownership over how that project is designed. We like to try to make bespoke projects, don't we, for the community that we're working with. So each project that FOLK3D has designed and worked on has really been individualized with the people that we work with. And we've been fortunate to have a lot of partners along the way, some of them funding partners, and some of them just, they have a need. There's a need in a community, and we feel that using the folk arts in this inclusive way is actually going to meet the needs of that organisation. We've worked a lot with Derby Live, with St George's Day and Derby Folk Festival, and that's given us a really nice balance actually across the year, because we're able to form a really successful community engagement project in October and April, so really nice kind of sort of 5 or 6 months apart there. And we've also had the benefit of working alongside other Derbyshire local organisations, Derbyshire Music Education Hub, and we have a really nice Derbyshire Youth Folk Ensemble that's developing and coming to fruition very soon. Other smaller partners that we've had, like the schools within Derby City itself, and No Limits, and Sinfonia Viva, to name but a few. We're very fortunate in all of these. And of course, in terms of funding, we have had a lot of benefit of working alongside the English Heritage Lottery Fund, and they have been great projects where we've been able to really dive into local traditions and English heritage and shape projects that have got everybody involved, everybody in the community. No matter, as Sara was saying, no matter what age, we've worked with older people, we've worked with elements of the community with learning difficulties, we've worked with young people in schools, and in all ways to kind of shape a project that allows them to develop their creativity, harness their creativity, and be part of producing something bigger. We quite often like to work towards a big ta-da event.
We do like our ta-da.
Afterwards. We do. It's important to have that kind of opportunity to show off what you've been learning about, what you've been developing in yourself.
That puts me in mind of one of our early projects when we did the Walter Evans project with the school.
Project.
So yeah, and that was a collaboration with the museums.
And how long ago was that now?
10 years almost.
It's
so
amazing.
We'll be celebrating 10 years next
10
year.
years of FOLK3D.
Yeah, which is pretty incredible. It's gone by really quickly.
And we started to list all of the projects that we've actually been involved with and taken the lead on the other day, didn't we? We were amazed how many there were, very proud of that. And they range quite a lot from training, of teacher training and attending conferences and talking about the work that we've done to enable other people to think about how they might develop their projects. What else does it include? Workshops within schools and, as you've said, collaborating with museums,
and the
with hospitals.
Really
absolutely.
nice hospital.
Yeah, say a little bit about that. Was just last year, wasn't it?
That was last year. That was with Air Arts, so that was part of another. I think that was Heritage Lottery funding, and part of Air Arts, and we worked on a dementia ward. So that was really lovely to kind of bring in we collaborated with Claire, who's from Maypole Movers.
Right.
So that's a collaboration. She came from a training that we did.
Yeah. And who are Air Arts? Are they within, is it Derby Hospital itself?
Yeah, they're based in the hospital, so they offer arts within the hospital as part of their wellbeing that they do there. Right. Yeah. So yeah, we did that as well, and that was really lovely. And we had Claire came in with her Maypole, and we had people who were on the wards, staff and patients coming and joining in with the sessions, which was really lovely. And I think we did about 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah.
So
Maypole dancing on the wards of the older people's wards of Derby Community Hospital. It was a sight to be seen, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And did a bit of Morris dancing there as well, and got dressed up in a dragon outfit. So it was really lovely.
That was like a project within a project within a project, because that was all working towards the community engagement of St George's Day. So that was really a nice big project.
And we've also did a bit of work around Maypole and Mummers Plays with the Hubbub Theatre, which is a really inclusive theatre company in Derby. So that was really lovely to do as well.
So we feel very blessed to have had all these opportunities to work with people and develop these projects. Sometimes they end up just being a one-off project, like a taster, and sometimes we have weekly repetitive workshops organised, and sometimes it's working towards a large-scale social community event, such as a festival or a St George's Day kind of annual event. And we have lots of footage and bits of evidence. So some of the things that we organise for Derby Folk Festival is dancing in the streets to help Derby City know that there is a wonderful festival happening and that they can stand and be part of it and contribute to the festival funds if they want to. And so what might that entail? What do we have? What sort of dancing do we provide?
Well, we've generally had Cotswold Morris dancing, Northwest Morris dancing. We've had the Maypole step clog, Appalachian clogging. I'm trying to think what else we've had.
Did you say sword?
Sword dancing.
Sword dancing, rapper sword and long sword,
So I was just thinking about maybe we could elaborate a little bit on what the folk arts actually are. And those are traditional English dance styles and certainly a traditional American dance style in there. But I know that we've sort of been looking at diversifying a lot more as well, haven't we? And I've certainly not, although it's not directly with FOLK3D, but I've been working with Bharatanatyam, if I can say it, dance, which is a classical Indian dance style, which I'm hoping to bring into what we do as well.
And that's a really nice kind of looking at really different cultures and seeing what's the same and what's different, what complements and blends together, isn't it? To produce a really interesting dance performance. So we've talked a little bit there about dance performance, but the other folk arts are obviously the musical traditions. And so I do a lot of work as a musician within FOLK3D, teaching and playing with people of all ages, really. But I've just recently started the youth folk ensemble. So we're developing our youth folk musicians in Derbyshire now, which is really nice, giving them an opportunity to explore that. But then there's also the visual arts, isn't there?
Absolutely,
which is perhaps more Jan Reynolds' specialty, but we all take part in our flyer making, flower making,
and the well dressings
and
as
the
well.
well dressings, yes, and mummers plays and things like that.
Yeah, it's a drama
side of
so
things.
street drama really is, before the days of the street drama that we're seeing now, people used to go around and do little performances in their villages, and that's where that comes from.
So we're trying
Yeah.
to take some of those traditional art forms back onto the streets again, get people in the community enjoying it, but also performing in it, and opportunities to be writing those plays themselves and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, is there any more that we've not touched on? So we've got the music, we've got the singing. Something that you've done quite a lot of, Sarah, is the songwriting with groups as well, haven't you?
Yeah, and it's been really interesting to run a project where we are perhaps in a large community like a school community, when we can be there and go around to different classrooms and get different ideas from different age groups and write that all into one song. So we're taking little snippets of information and creativity and putting them into verses. And Mo Bradshaw, who's one of our other FOLK3D members, has worked quite a lot with me on that, shaping people's words and helping people's ideas to come to fruition in a song that's all about a local tradition or about a local event or something like that. So yeah, we've done quite a lot of that along the way as well. So this is how we make and dance and sing and play and all of the different activities that we're involved with as FOLK3D. And yeah, thank you for watching this trailer. And if you want to find out more about us, if you just Google FOLK3D, it will come up with our WordPress site. And there's loads more information about things on there. And also, indeed, educational resources,
yeah.
educational resources that can be downloaded and help you to access the folk arts a little bit more too.
Yeah.